Good morning, parents and carers. Welcome to the Year 2 Parent Information Meeting. I am the current head of Year 2. My name is Mrs. Astab, and your head of year for next year will be Miss Deacon. Introducing our wonderful senior leadership team, we have the Executive Principal, Keith Miller. We have our head of school, Holly Gibbs. We have our primary principal, Sarah Lane, and we have our wonderful assistant principals made up of Mrs. Lisa Davey, Mrs. Hannah Riddle, and Mrs. Wendy Waterman. Here are our wonderful directors and heads of subjects. So we have our new director of upper primary for year 5 and 6, and that's Mr. Zindler. We have director of lower primary for year 2, year 3, and year 4, and that's Miss Yates. We have our director of EYFS, nursery, FS2, and year 1, that's Mrs. Cohan. And we have our wonderful directors for the specialists. So we have director of Arabic, Mrs. Hanan. Subject lead for native Arabic, Mr. Ahmed, our head of Islamic and social studies, our wonderful Miss Fatima, and our head of primary PE, Miss Ridley, and head of music, Miss Neil. School uniform expectations. We pride ourselves in the way that we look. We want the children to start off their day looking their very best and feeling their very best. Here is a list of the basic school uniform expectations. The most important point here will be the shoes and the style of shoes that the children wear. We need to make sure it's not trainers and it's not anything sort of other than the leather strong shoes. The children spend a long time out inside the school and of course outside, so footwear, strong footwear is really, really important. The book bag that is suggested here for the library doesn't have to be exactly the same, but the children will need some form of a folder or a wallet to be able to take out a library book so that the library book is kept clean and safe in there. That's the expectation from the library. We have our wonderful reward system where children are awarded for various initiatives that are recognised in and out of school. We have our Amazing Head of School Award, which demonstrates excellence in participation in the community, in sports, arts, innovation, and academics as well. We have our wonderful Principal Award, which is where parents are also invited and students consistently meeting the school expectations on core values receive this. There are various other Class Star of the Week awards, including maths, reading, writing, and of course the Star of the Week award, which again recognises the consistent hard work and effort and special things that are recognised by the teacher, and they are awarded for these things. We have our house point system where points are achieved during the day or the week, and these are then added to the class total. We have many other rewards in place, and they can be in the form of stickers and special notes that are sent home. And of course, there is the continuous feedback to inform what the student has done and their next steps. We also believe in the holistic development of all children, so we encourage the children with positive reinforcement and commitment to team effort, and this is done through the house initiatives that all children can contribute to their team, and every student is allocated a house and families are usually in the same house. So you can see lots of amazing pictures here where students have been involved in various house initiatives, and the exciting thing is that there will be lots more community events and family competitions coming up next year as well. Here you can see lots of amazing Yasmina House Days that we had this year. Lots of fun with many challenges, sports days, wellness days, musical activities, and lots more. Some wonderful pictures here celebrating all of these wonderful days that we've had. At Yasmina British Academy, we encourage the children to come to school with a healthy snack and a healthy packed lunch. Here are some examples of what a healthy packed lunch could look like. Fruit is highly important, and we encourage the children to eat that at snack time with any vegetables or a sandwich. During lunchtime, a mixture of fruit, vegetables, and maybe pasta, a wrap, rice, or any other carbohydrate that will allow them to have lots and lots of energy. Of course, no fizzy drinks, fast food, and nothing with nuts in there. Sometimes children have sneaked in sandwiches with Nutella or a peanut butter spread. Please, no nut products, no chocolate with that contains these products at all, particularly no Nutella, as people are aware that children do have allergies, and being in the same environment can have a detrimental effect to the child with an allergy. General expectations for what to bring to school each day. Sometimes the children like to bring a pencil case, and that's absolutely fine. It may contain the basics of scissors, a glue stick, a ruler, felt pens, and colouring pencils. That's absolutely fine. The iPad expectation is to be brought to school every single day, and that can be brought along with some headphones. Please make sure the iPads are fully charged, as they are used quite a lot to support the learning, and children access them for activities, for differentiated tasks as well. Water bottles are highly important. Every child should be coming to school with their water bottle, and there are water stations around the school that the students can use around the school, around the year two area, around near the classrooms, and the children are able to refill their water bottles. The preference is for no trolley bags, please, because they don't fit in the locker. They can be quite dangerous. Children are tripping over them, so no trolley bags at all. Um, a mask, yes, if the children want to wear a mask if they're not feeling well or they just have a cough, they are able to do that. But of course, if they are really unwell, they should be staying at home and come back to school once they're fully recovered. Your bring your own device strategy for next year. There are a few changes on there. Al Dahr has a new digital strategy which will actually embrace the Apple First solution from year 1 to 6. And of course, the optimal safety and protection for student devices for home and school. So there's a few things outlined on this slide. If you have any further questions, you can contact our parent relations executive. Their email is on this slide to discuss any further questions you may have regarding this. So our curriculum areas are, here is our wonderful Year 2 curriculum overview. So term 1 starts off with the Lonely Beast, looking at new beginnings, making friends, looking at friendships, and of course transitioning to a new place. So how perfect is that? Moving to a new site and experiencing lots of fantastic different experiences. So lots of lovely themes under this topic area. Term 1B and 2A takes us into the journeys around the world, and what an amazing experience the children have through that, where they get to sort of travel and visit many different continents and learn about the cultures and traditions, and they're able to make comparisons to their cultures and traditions in the UAE here as well. Term 2B moves on to look at our small topic, but it's our wonderful topic of superheroes and villains, loved thoroughly by boys and the girls, and children get to learn about real life heroes here in the UAE as well as around the world, and what makes a hero a hero. Moving on to term 3 is our amazing topic of the Great Fire of London. So the children travel back in time through time machines, and they experience being characters from the Great Fire of London in 1666. And we look at how firefighters fought and the differences between the firefighters and the fire system in place back in time, and comparing that to what is in place at present and comparing that to the system here in the UAE. Lots of lovely artwork is involved around this, lots of lovely, fantastic role play, and of course, there are our wonderful field trips visiting the park initially, where the children experience plants around the world, and particularly plants and life and culture and tradition here in the UAE as well. And then we move on to our Superheroes and Villains field trip, which is going to Warner Brothers, where the children visit and meet the superheroes and learn a little bit more of what superheroes do. So lots of nice, enjoyable trips coming up, and there will be a few more added on to that for next year. During year two, we cover a variety of subjects, including the specialist subjects. So we have, as normal, English, maths, science, stroke, STEAM, and topic, reading, phonics, computing, the foundation subjects, which are geography, history, art, and DT. And we have the specialist subjects, which are swimming, PE, music, our native Arabic and non-native Arabic sessions, as well as our native Islamic and non-native Islamic sessions, and of course, social studies and moral education. STEAM is one of my favorites, and STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and maths. The whole point of STEAM is actually to inspire us and encourage us to investigate and be curious about the things around us. STEAM also allows us to have the power to ask tricky and deep questions that allow us to then be creative and want to explore further. It also allows us to connect our ideas to solving problems in real life. I mean, how amazing is that? We feel like grown-up adults already. Computing, we are very privileged to have Mr. Clark, our head of ICT, who comes and supports us, as well as teachers, as well as students. It involves understanding the importance of keeping personal information private when using online platforms. It gives us the opportunity to plan and contribute towards producing a group trailer. We use technology purposefully to create, organize, store, and of course manipulate and retrieve digital data. The students also learn to complete instructions. They enjoy the debugging activities during algorithm topics. They create an animation using programming and different tools, and many, many more skills they will acquire when they complete the different programs and learn the different skills on the different apps that are available to them. Here is just a flavour of some of the special events and special days that the students had this year. And what fun events and days, we have had. Lots of parent engagement sessions where parents have come in and thoroughly enjoyed supporting the students. We couldn't do many things without the support of the parents. We are very grateful for that. You can see some wonderful field trips where children have had an amazing time. Some amazing topic days too, where the children come in dressed to celebrate the end of their topic, and they are able to take part in activities involved with to reinforce the skills for their particular topic or theme that they have studied for that term. We have the whole school celebrations, which involve things like dressing up. We have real world connections like Careers Day. There's many STEAM projects that occur across the year. And of course, parent showcases, again, which go down really, really well, where the parents become really involved in the children's learning. Here again, you can see some amazing activities and results from activities that have taken place through our wonderful events. So one of our favorite ones is Pink Day. You can see some lovely examples of Dressing Up Day and things related across the curriculum, including our ICT projects with Mr. Clark. This is our head of Islamic and Social Studies, which is Miss Fatima. You can email Miss Fatima directly if you have any questions on the slides that are follow on from this slide. I can introduce you to her team here from year 1 to year 6. This is the Islamic team. You can see the teachers and their names here, and you can see their the subjects that they then teach. Here we have the social studies team and some information about their assessments and exams, their weekly plan, which you can see through their newsletter. and the books and booklets that they follow, the MOE handbook, the Islamic concepts and recitations, and these, I think through the CESO, they do send you copies of some of this information. So the Islamic basic concept and recitation, you're able to follow that through the QR code there, and it will give you some further information, an idea of where they are taking their curriculum. You can see the expectations across the year groups from year 1 to 6 for Quran memorization. They also pride themselves, and as a school, we pride ourselves in our national identity, which we achieved great grading for this year. And we're very proud of the hard work that was put in by all teachers and students. The department is also proudly involved in the Al Dar Quran competition, and you can see some of the achievements that were achieved this year. This is now the Arabic department. Our director of Arabic is Mrs. Hanan Salem. This is her Arabic staff and team. You have the email addresses here. If anybody has any questions, once you know who your Arabic, your child's Arabic teacher is. Some information on the Arabic subject regarding books and curriculum, their key focus and how they use lots of the key skills across their subject. Some amazing pictures of some of the achievements from the students during Arabic, so you can see the reward systems are embedded thoroughly across all specialist subjects as well as the main curriculum areas. Again, we proudly achieved our HPL certification this year, and you can see how Arabic has been deeply involved with that as well. Some wonderful, wonderful work that has come through the HPL. Moving on to our other broader curriculum areas. So I didn't mention MOE. Moral education is an innovative, engaging curriculum. It's designed to help the young people of all nationalities and ages in the UAE with its universal principles and values that reflect the shared experiences of humanity. Grade 1 introduces the students to the concepts of fairness, caring and honesty, family and friendship, as well as the heritage. It promotes the character building to develop the next generation of role models and leaders who contribute positively to the long-term health and well-being of society and the wide world. The My Identity program enables our school to deepen the national identity of Emirati students, and it fosters the appreciation, the value and respect of UAE identity among the expatriate students too. We also have our high performance learning framework in our school. The framework is designed to develop the relevant skills and qualities in young people for them to become effective lifelong learners, productive workers, and of course global citizens who are then able to be autonomous and independent learners and are able to apply the skills independently to any situation that they experience. Our digital competency framework is the set of skills, knowledge, and attitudes that enable the confident, creative, and critical use of technologies and systems. And you can see here and imagine the skills that the children are learning through this broader curriculum. So becoming empowered learners, technical researchers, innovative designers, global collaborators, whether that's through parent community, their own year group, their peers, or even the wider school. So being creative communicators and computational thinkers are such great skills that the children develop and start to develop even further this year. And here we have amazing pictures of some examples of work that students have carried out through our broader curriculums, you can see the wonderful National Identity Days and the celebrations and the understanding of the children through the work that they have completed. You can see show and tell presentations is something at the center of my heart, where the children really enjoy sharing different aspects of their life rooted here in the UAE, and they get the opportunity to be able to present any choice of their topic in any way they want to. I'm really glad that even the student leadership team have brought this up this year and have asked for it to be a requirement in every class every week. So lots of fantastic opportunities again for allowing the children to be presenters and be able to use skills that, you know, many years ago that we wouldn't even expect children to be standing at the front and presenting to a wider audience. Our broader curriculum also consists of our extracurricular activities, our ECAs. These are offered to children from year 1 to year 6. There will be an ECA PIM at the beginning of term 1 to share further information regarding the ECAs that Yasmina will offer. And ECAs generally fall into 5 pillars which focus on the core skills. So the areas that we look at are academic excellence, community, the arts subjects, innovation, and of course sports. Communication clarity, here are the email addresses if you need to contact someone to communicate any new information or you have a general query. So primary reception for change of address, email and contact details, or early and late pickups. Any financial queries about receipts or payments is the finance department. Yasmina British Academy Admissions is for any questions regarding around admissions. Our attendance officer, very important person. This is the person that you include in your emails if your child is absent so that they can correctly use the correct codes in the registers and we're aware of where the child is and the reasons why. Parent relations executive, any questions regarding the school for new admissions and general parent inquiries, this is the person to contact. The primary administrator and an administration coordinator is the person to contact for general primary administration questions. Parent portal problems, any feedback for primary or secondary, any contact for finance departments, general parent inquiries. Another example is those that wish to change details. They need to go onto their parent portal. There is an option to request a change on there. But if you're still having problems, of course, you can contact the primary administrator. But if you do make a request for a change on the portal, this then does send a message out to the reception team and they will be able to get back to you. Class teacher in general is the person, the go-to person for all matters concerning, for example, the day-to-day running of the classroom, any timetables, login issues, etc. Head of year, only after you've been to the class teacher already and you feel that your query was not resolved and you're still unhappy, you can then contact the head of year. And of course, director of lower primary is really only after both the class teacher and the head of year have been contacted. And again, you feel you have not had a resolution. And then the final call is to the director of the lower primary. This month, we have also been looking at how to improve things within the Yasmina British Academy. So here is a QR code that you can click on to help us continue to improve. You can make some suggestions and just answer the questions. It should only take 2 minutes of your time, but it will really help us to make further improvements within the school. Thank you for your time, and if you have any further questions, you can contact the relevant people.